Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jared Leopold, and today I'll be discussing with you all self perception and how it correlates with communication. So let's dive right into it. First thing I want to do is ask you guys a question or two. First question would be, if someone were to ask you how you perceive yourself, what would that answer be? And then, secondly, how would it differ from what other people think of you? As you ponder that, this is something that I'm going to discuss and give you my own examples of how people perceive me and how I perceive myself. So, as I go down and I'm thinking about perception, I'm thinking of three components right now. And the first one would be, I believe people think that, I'm a loving husband, I take care of my family, and I make sure that whatever I do it for them because family comes first, and that's what's most important. The second component to that is my business and my professional side of things. I oversee 11 retail locations, and on a daily basis, I'm communicating with higher ups in the telecommunication world. And the third piece to that is just being there for my friends' perception of me. So, with those three things, I want to discuss with you the similarities and the different environments that I have to put on a certain hat while I'm entertaining and I'm tailoring to those three components. How I would perceive myself, I would perceive myself as a very hardworking individual that definitely provides for his family and make sure that I'm extremely professional at work. There's an image and a reputation that I need to uphold, and I do it to the best of my ability because I know that that's essentially what's going to give back to my family and take care of them. And the third piece to that would just be just being there for my friends and giving a helping hand, giving advice, and just having fun. So those are the three areas that I think are important to me and that give out my perception and what I believe my self-perception is. And let's dive right into there, because in life there are times where it may differ based on the environment you're in and who your audience is that you're communicating with. You wouldn't hug a colleague the same as you would hug your family or friends. You wouldn't use slang with your boss as you would with any friend you're playing basketball with or just hanging out with. So there's different types of roles that you're playing in these different environments, and that's what we'll be speaking on today. So it also helps you network with others and builds relationship with all types of people. So your self-perception directly influences the way you communicate with different types of people, and therefore you need to be aware of your self-perception to communicate effectively with those different types of people. So let's give an example. With my friends, I may be using certain slang. My body language might be a little bit more relaxed. My handshakes may be a lot different than what it is in my professional world. In my professional world, I am making sure that my posture and my presence is felt. I'm shaking hands firm. I'm not using profanity. I'm not using slang. I definitely want to sound professional and intelligent, so I'm cognizant of that while in that environment that my friends don't see on a daily basis, so they might interpret that as, wow, this is someone different than I actually know. But really, in actuality, I truly believe that perception is reality, and if you need a reputation or an image to uphold, you need to make sure that you're doing that professionally in the world that I'm living in currently, and that's the corporate world. Now, when it comes to family, I'm loving, I'm laid back. I tend to dress down quite a bit. You might see me in basketball shorts when I'm off work, t-shirt, tank top, and just very comfortable because I'm in a suit and tie every day. So there's different perceptions between family, between work, and between friends. And with that being said, I'm wearing three different hats, throughout the week, and and there's different goals in each one of them. When it comes to my family, my main goal is to make sure that I'm successful, to take care of my family and make sure that they got food on the table, they got a roof over their head, and they got clothes on their back. Professionally, I want to move up the corporate ladder as far as possible, and I know that I need to uphold my image and my exposure, and by doing that, I'm going to make sure that I'm clean when it comes to my verbiage, my body language, and how I speak in emails, in text messages that may differentiate with my friends. My friends, I have text messages that, we'll use slang together. We might even use some profanity, and those are the different hats that I'm wearing throughout, my life, and there's common similarities too as well. It's not that I'm different in each one of them, yet I am, but I'm still myself. And I think that that's what extremely important when you think about that. So self-perception determines their attitudes and preferences by interpreting the meaning of their own behavior. People induce attitudes without assessing internal cognition and mood states. The person interprets their own behaviors rationally in the same way they attempt to explain others' behavior. So an example of that with me is I'm never really disconnected, and that might be one of my biggest flaws. Is I'm always working, making sure that my people are taken care of. So in my eyes, I work past 5 p.m. When I'm at home, I'm working, and I think that's acceptable. Whereas if someone else doesn't do that, my perception of that other person is that they're not a hard worker, and that would be a wrong perception. They just probably use their time more efficiently, and that's kind of an example in my world that is based off of self perception and communication with others. But other than that, I think it's important to establish yourself and your image and your perception with the different types of environments you are in, and tailor that to those individuals. Whether you're talking, your body language, your word choice, your tone of voice, your demeanor, your handshakes, even hugs, and even communicating through emails and text messages. So overall, that is my presentation. I hope you took away what you could from that. And yes, thank you.